Thank you. We on? It is 4 p.m. on Tuesday, August 16th, 2022. This is a portion of the Augsburg Bridge and Port Authority public hearing regarding remote attendance at meetings. If there's anyone from the public, either here at the authority or online, that would like to speak to this item, feel free to do so at this time. I see on the screen that there is a Ms. Bradley online. Is there any comments you may have?
No, there are no comments from me. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you for being there. Wait a few minutes.
Sam, when the notice first came to us that these rules were being changed and codified, it seemed to me as if it was just a little bit of a bother, but really it's just making sense out of having public access and still making it possible to incorporate, this technology that is developing so that people can participate in meetings when otherwise they would be absent.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It does.
I think it's been a good thing for the public.
Yeah.
Except unfortunately, they have to see us.
It'd be better if it were just audio.
Yeah.
Not video.
We'll wait until 4:05. And if no further comments, at that time, I'll close the public hearing. We didn't have any comments, didn't we? That was your chance, by the way. We are in the middle of a public hearing, waiting for any possible comments
Thank
from the public, either in person or online. And so far, we've had no one either here or online to comment. So at 4:05, if no one comes online or comes in the room to speak, close the public hearing portion of.
And the carpet and
Not used to being here in the
I
chair.
was gonna. Oh, okay. I almost asked one of you to push me in. Leave it to me.
4:05?
Yeah.
Okay. Is 4:05 there? were no public comments. It was included in the advanced agenda that we were having a public hearing. Obviously, no one requested to comment, nor were there anyone here in attendance or online. The opportunity was given to them. So at 4:05 PM, with no one within the room or online wishing to comment, I'll close the public hearing.
Can you motion to close that or not?
No. Well, let me think. You know what, let's do it just to make sure.
I'll make the motion to close the public hearing.
Okay, thank you. Motion's been made to close the public hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Public hearing is hereby closed. Okay. We good, Jennifer? Okay. Thank you. All right, you ready? Can't even say anything nasty.
I'm buckled up and ready.
I see you got a promotion.
I did. Thank you all very much for your congratulations that you sent my way. That was so kind,
Did I send you something?
except for you.
Okay.
All right. It's okay. I know you've got a lot on your plate.
Yeah, I didn't say the wrong thing. All right, ready to go, Anne Marie. So we're still going, okay. It is 4:07 PM on Tuesday, August 16th, 2022. This is a regular board meeting of the Augsburg Bridge and Port Authority. The meeting is called to order. Mr. Lawrence, any letters of communications to the board?
Yes, there was a packet that was sent out. I want to make a couple comments and some of the things there. First of all, I want to thank Assemblyman Blankenbush for supporting our opposition to the law that was passed. I don't believe it's been signed yet, but concerning road salt being, by American. And we've made our position known on that, but he wrote a very nice letter and explained his support of that. And we certainly appreciate that. And then one of them is regarding a news story. You may or may not know that there was a news story out there about an oversized load snarling traffic in Ogdensburg. Well, just to set the record straight, that was not a wind turbine part that came from the port. It was somehow in the article, we were assigned that that was ours. That wasn't ours. We do our best to reduce any inconvenience to area residents. And being that way, when school's in session, we try not to ship things out at certain times in the morning or coming back. We try to avoid that. And quite frankly, DOT does that also. So that's kind of what we work at. And as you know, in 2012, we put up the port access road to get traffic off the street. So I just wanted to let the public know that I can't say what happened or anything, but it was represented very poorly, and we were kind of left. It just said the city through the city's port, and that was not our shipment. So I just wanted to set that straight. And if you had any questions on any of that, I'd be happy to answer.
I did hear that, and I was a bit confused. I'm well aware of the exit out of the port since I live on that street. And I couldn't understand why it would have gone down Washington Street and then upstate. It just didn't make any sense to me. And it was attributed to coming from our port, which is a complete surprise to me. So thank you for clarification. And as you stated, we understand. We try not to inconvenience any traveler, either on the bridge or from the port and through the city or anywhere on the highway. And obviously, we had nothing to do with that issue.
Yeah, and it was mentioned something about the Route 37 bridge. I can't speak to what specific thing there, but just for the public record, we've been sending all of our heavy loads over that, and I'm unaware of any issue with that, but that doesn't mean there isn't something with this specific load that, why they had to take that route. But, that came in, I believe, from Route 68. And other than what I heard later, I can't really speak to exactly everything that happened. We did do some research there. We didn't get very far on just trying to get to the bottom of it.
Good.
So,
Good, thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else have any comments regarding letters of communications? If not, we'll move to approval of board minutes, July the 14th, 2022. Anne Marie, do you know if Mr. King had an opportunity to review those? Were there any changes? No changes. Is there a motion to accept those minutes as submitted?
I'll make that motion.
Been made
Second.
and seconded. All those in favor of approving the board minutes of July 14th, 2022, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? They stand approved. Reports, committee reports, Finance Committee.
The financial report for the month of June, ending the month of June, as of June 30th, had a couple of things that looked interesting. One of them is some volatility in the accounts receivable and accounts payable. And as I understand it, that's largely due to the success of the port, where the windmill part shipments are big enough and expensive enough to process, to unload and so forth, so that we incurred some substantial costs and had a short-term increase in payables and a short-term increase in receivables, and created a little uncharacteristic look at those two accounts. And the other, and they are things that are being resolved in the normal order of business. The other thing that you've seen before is that in the report on the airport, fuel sales and expense are out of whack, in the sense that the expense incurred during this fiscal year for fuel is higher than the income generated by fuel sales. And that particular statement doesn't take into account or show the increase in inventory from the beginning of the fiscal year to now. And that's where the difference is. It's not that we're selling fuel at less than it costs us to buy it. And each transaction is profitable, but we have had a lot of aviation fuel on hand at the end of June. Patty really has details on these things and would be the one to give a detailed explanation of interesting things in the report. May I ask you to do that?
Sure.
Great.
All right, we will start with the statement of financial position. You will notice that our cash reserves look extremely healthy right now. However, if you look at the restricted accounts on the back of your balance sheet, you'll realize that the majority of it is the return of the funds from the harbor deepening. And we are waiting for direction on where those monies will go. And you will note that our accounts receivable has been broken down into regular and wind turbine project, so that we can track our normal everyday operations. Of that 352,000 in accounts receivable, 95.6% of it is either current or 1 to 30 days. So our receivables are coming in as scheduled, right on target. The wind turbine project is coming in. We're getting our funding as per the PO. So we're collecting that in.
Help me, what's a PO?
Purchase order.
Okay,
And the
thanks.
contract for the.
Thank you.
And we can look down, our fixed assets remain relatively solid. Our construction in progress, of course, is smaller because we brought 2 items at the end of the fiscal year out of construction in progress into fixed assets. Our accounts payable are divided into three sections: our retirement, our project accounts payable, and our regular accounts payable. The New York State retirement has been paid just about half. We plan on paying good portion of the rest of it with some salt money that's due to come in August and September. Of the large regular accounts payable, approximately 500,000 of the 900,000 belongs to wind turbine project expenses. And they're offset, of course, by the accounts receivable that we have up above. The two of the smallest on the top 5
And I think that not only is that kind of situation put pressure on the, so my guess and assumption would be that a couple of things get left undone. So we haven't got staff that's committed focused on that direction. And I see this as an increase in our operating budget here as we put together our budget. It seems to me that we just have to plan for success as opposed to planning for the kind of organizational procedure that might doom us to not being able to handle growth. And it does make you a little nervous, but I'm ready to jump. And other lesson, I wonder whether you have any comment on adding this position to this student's budget, what that means to you.
Actually, it makes me more comfortable that you're nervous. Because it tells me that you're on top of it, you keep an eye on it. And the only example I can give is we hired additional position recently. And I'm happy to see on today's agenda, I think they're starting to pay off that position. That doesn't mean the rest of your time here is going to be easy. But I think this worked. This is what we anticipated, filling that position. And I think with the director of operations position, it allows the executive director to do more right things that we need to do as we go forward. So I'm comfortable with it because I'm better.
It's very good, thanks.
Yeah.
I think you're right on. When fun comes on certain sports.
Good. I think, or it wouldn't have been this time. Because I know you've had concerns, others have had concerns. You know, adding staff when we're not back to working staff, of course, happens. But however, that may be years before that happens. In the meantime, there's other things we have to do with 4 other parts of the party. We need to build up those other 4 parts to compensate for what we lost at the bridge. I mean, there's $3 to $4 million we've lost the last couple of years. We're not going to get that back. It's not going to happen. At least through the bridge traffic. But by doing other things, like we said, and I have faith that we'll keep it out of it. That's what we need to do. I think the board talked about it before. As it comes budget time, and we're even discussing the budget, we're all concerned as a board, how do we pay for this? And I'm keeping department heads what I'm settled. That's what we're doing. I have faith in them. When I don't, then so, anything else? Questions, personnel? Let's move on to bridge traffic.
Mr. Chairman, auto crossings were down 42%. And truck traffic was down. Patty and I discussed.
This is 2022 versus 2019.
Correct. And then we got some numbers, but we kind of dug into some of the numbers in comparing budget, what our budget was in 2019 and what it is now. And it's a good, we're on our way, but there's some concern. We're just not going to take these numbers and say, hey, we're headed up. But Patty looked into it a little more deeply to have more meaningful information for us, and that, you know, we look back at budget back then versus what we've got for 6 months now, and we're percentage lower than, you know, kind of what we did with that. But we think with these numbers that it's going to be made up later in the year and coming back to where we're going to, that percentage is going to match up with what we did for budget.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're hopeful on that, but we just don't, we aren't just taking it based on needs and saying, yeah, we're making progress. One thing I did do, I went to Staff Canada, and then I did find 2 charts. One of them was titled U.S. Residents Visitors Arriving in Canada by Automobile, July 19 through July 2022. And overall, all across this is 44%. 44% of all crossings are down compared to 2019. All the other crossings are doing what we're doing, so we're not inventing anything just specifically for us, but that's kind of everybody's looking at their old normal. And then with Canadian residents returning from visiting the United States by automobile, 40%. So 44 for US and 40 for Canadians returning from the US. So, and quite frankly, you've all heard about the Ride Canada. That's just put a, you know, when you compare the US, and I won't get into the politics of it, but that Ride Canada is really putting a damper on cross-border traffic, because it affects Canadians, and then, you know, having another thing on top of going to Canada from the US is more than the casual travel just go through that. And so until that or something changes there, unfortunately, that's where we're dealing with these numbers. We really believe that that was eliminated. You know, you see a significant increase in cross-border traffic. And I'm not alone. All the other crossings are, most of them are Canadian, and it's just affecting their numbers significantly. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention on that. Any questions on those numbers?
You know, when I've had conversations with people, as cybersecurity threats become more apparent, people are just terrified to put personal information in the past. Or scan it in, your vaccination cards into there. I've spoken to people that just simply won't do it. We were crossing the border one day, and my mother asked them, so what happens when they come to me, they don't have this filled out, and they just don't go through? And she said, well, what if they don't have a phone to do it? Well, they have to find one. And, so, you know, it's definitely a stumbling block to people resuming travel across the border, for sure.
The older travelers just don't have maybe the insight, or even people from the interior of the U.S. who know what an arrive to Canada have to just think that, okay, you take care of it at the border.
And you don't, you can't. Not an option. It is scanning your passport, and I mean, it takes some serious technology, downloading the app, and
Any questions on this?
Drop down a little. You consider more information or reason why that's occurring?
I think that was July, so it's very important because we generally don't get in the high 6,000, and I can't take myself back to them. There's been a lot of power outages in the U.S. We have utility trucks. We do well for that. Not that we
I think you're right.
yeah.
but I know some utilities contract with private people there, and what, 70 or 80 trucks ahead of either ice storms or windstorms and stuff. And I mean, thanks to a couple right across the bridge. So that is always been, it's not good for the people really.
Okay, the airport activity and occupancy report.
The personnel of Contour Airlines. The numbers, I think most of this is July.
I did add this month the passenger count by day. You will notice that the in-plane passengers were mostly in the morning. Afternoon flight, not so much. What I have seen since the first part of, well, first of all, you can see that the numbers slowly started going up throughout the month. August is considerably better right now, and I hope that continues. I think it will continue as people are starting to get used to this new way of travel going to Philadelphia. The occupancy report is the same as last month. We have one vacant hangar number 7, and you'll see further on, we will be renewing quite a few over this time. But Contour, I heard very good things about Contour Airlines. People are happy with it. I think that we're going to see more and more use of folks get used to the
Well, let's try to word this. Started out saying we didn't think it was good in climate and percentage. I remember back to when United started, 44% isn't bad.
No, it is not.
So considering, we've changed to a smaller pyramid, smaller in the sense, fewer number of seats, or more leg room, and more all-around room, and going to a different destination. I'm pretty happy with 44% the first month. I think that's pretty good. A lot of people don't like change, and they were pretty comfortable going to DC. It is our nation's capital. Philly is a nice airport, a nice city, nice connection. Like you said, it just takes time to be more comfortable with the change. I'm happy with 44%. I think it's going to do nothing but improve. I just hope Contour is happy.
I have been taking notes with Pat, and he felt that this percentage was very good for the first month. And he feels that 50 to 60% flight load is great.
Good.
And I believe we're going to get that for August. We're trending down already. I think things moving forward. Things moving up a little bit in the aviation market. We actually had a really big slowdown in June. We discussed earlier fuel. We had fewer sales in June than we had for a month. That has rebounded in July, and it is really looking good for the first half of the month.
I've heard nothing but good comments on Contour. The schedule is a hell of a lot better than it was under SkyWest. We thank Contour for that. I think, and you pointed it out, that people like that earlier morning flight. Yeah, you're going to Philly, take a flight to somewhere else. That connection is a lot better than what we've had in the last year or so. And I think that's only going to get better. That's good. Again, I'm happy. And it's great to hear that Contour is happy. And I don't see any reason why things won't improve. I certainly hope it's going to take some work to get up to that 10,000. I know we might not have to do that this year. If we can bet, we're going to have to do it next year. Let's get things ironed out and get people used to using that flight. And see whatever marketing you need to do, and Contour needs to do, and spread the word that this is a good airline, it's a good destination. You can make any connection to anywhere as Mr. King.
And the return flight, the afternoon return flight and the evening return flight is not so late. That folks get home at a decent hour. That makes a big difference.
I've seen more and more blue and white license plates, even black and white. That's always good to see. I have two small granddaughters and a grandson. Love go to the airport at night and see the phone. Fly them up there quite a little bit. So it's good to see. And everyone they get off, they're more than happy. They can get their luggage and they can get out of there within 10 minutes. They're gone. They're on like that. You can't do that.
Any other questions about the airport?
Yes, I've seen that return before. That's good.
And we have the event coming up tomorrow, is that right?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that now or later. We'll talk about it now. License, right?
We are, we beginning plans. I think still need 2 more applicants. We just come out about me tomorrow. Bring a carry-on. And we will be doing some additional filming to upgrade the television ad. For that use for the future. So the last time it was done, I believe it was done in 2016. I don't know. They had the long run with footage, and we've been able to make a lot of headway. With that particular footage, and that's what we're planning on doing with this.
Is that what time?
12 o'clock, at West Coast there, and the crew will be there earlier to test it. But filming inside the terminal and filming on the aircraft also. That's really very pleased that we decided to do that. Great. It is.
Nice.
So, yes, we're going
They will provide interesting contacts.
yes. Yes, and we did.
Let me bring my carry-on. Did anybody else? I like it. I'm flying.
We do need some people there, so if possible, if anyone would like to, or if you know some people who would like to, all at that time, it would be nice to have a little showing and show off our airport. So, there you go.
We did have a few children that will be there tomorrow. This flight is for families and with vacation, and it produces people, college students, traveling back and forth and to use. That's about what we were from.
Oh, about, the local colleges here in Northport, school recruitment. And that,
Fantastic.
yeah.
We hope to get a lot of, for as, you know, the holidays come, you know,
No. No, you're not doing your job.
Okay, anything else? Yeah. I'll think about it. The issue with the, mulch, has everything been resolved?
Yeah.
Hasn't been good.
No, we. Yeah, the payment. We brought up, we've been reimbursed, and then we've made the payment today, in fact, to the contractor. And then we paid the engineer and,
When do they sign off on the whole?
well, now that they've got the money, they'll come and certify that. Well, they'll do the inspection of the site and get it ready to be.
You don't see any issue with that?
Oh, no, can't see that. No, not with you know, I still, there could be something, but everybody's aware there could be some changes that they may require. And we're at, so the regulations say before the second solution, they need to certify that, so there may be something where, we might put that on more under, you know, the end of functional perspective. But we don't anticipate anything. And won't go on the sale, but it won't be an issue here now.
I think not. That project's been going on for a long time. I'm tired of it because I not get it done at all. It's another safety factor for the passengers and users. All right. More activities.
Yeah, I'll talk about grading. Basically, we haven't had any inbound. We just depleting inventory. So we were probably below 50% for grain storage. Basically, we're turning that over to revenue to handle it and ship it out. We are starting to see a few rail cars in August to replenish that, but we just really haven't seen a whole lot of movement with grain coming in. So there's been some fill more or less up in the mountain areas that they're filling their sheds and mixing up with sand and road salt. So we've seen it in not a lot, but actually quite early for now. And 2 weeks ago, we received a 24,000 ton short ton shipment of road salt from Compass Mules. And we're relocating that right now because we believe that they're just sending another one in the box. So I'm kind of happy about that. I am too. But they're under the conditions of the legislation. I believe you're taking care of those commitments. But still, that's always good for us. And then we still are involved with our blending. So we've gotten quite a bit stored, but we may see more there. So that's something to look forward to. And that's always a good one. Yeah. So, and then Sunday we received Happy River, which is delivering 27 blades for site down in studies here. We've already delivered 27, and the other 27 will be operated tomorrow, and Thursday, and then we'll start shipping 6 blades a week until we're on. So
What is the separate project?
this is a separate thing, number 8 project in the township. It's considered here quite a ways away, but this is the first time we've had 2 projects right at the same time. I mean, they are not the same size, but it was a logistics thing about storage, and we could handle it. We didn't we thought we would go to the Wall Street area. We have in the past, but we didn't this time. But our ability to store those types of things is kind of real big. So Adam will be going to, Adam Johnson, he will be going to break off in Houston in September, I believe. And he's already got some meetings scheduled with wing providers, and that all shakes out. So he's always been great. And I saw him in person when we were in Salt Lake City. I was very impressed with his knowledge and command of the room with all of the wing people. He and his company, they were so much confidence with that. And, you know, knock on wood, damage is a big thing. And, in our end, we take care of our business. That means a lot, especially when you settle in the project settles, and we've had despite some issues with getting money rolling from some of the vendors. We've also been told indirectly that we really haven't been bothered with, which considering all the things that are not thought, things here don't always go smoothly, but we've had a lot of good feedback. We take a lot of pride in that. Next, it goes with we're getting newer individuals working with the ILA, and we're trying to get them trained up so that a good crew, but we don't want to lose that knowledge. I'm hopeful for this. Any other questions on the board? Oh, one thing I do want to mention, we did do our first 2 steel shipments by rail, and that was quite interesting. We didn't probably make a lot of money, but it was all a learning curve. There wasn't a lot to be had anyway, but we brought in people that taught our people the proper way to load a flat car with 60-foot, 10-ton steel beams. So we had a 100-ton load to ship to Houston. And the thing about that is, if let's say you don't do it right and halfway in Illinois or Mississippi, a rail inspector says, take it offline, you gotta fix it, you're on the hook for the cranes and everything they need to redo it. So when you do it, you better do it right. So we were real careful with that. And everything's gone well, but we got the knowledge now. So
Where do you find expertise to come in and
through Adam's company, the gentleman he's got right now is the supervisor for that project, and he actually started with this company in the late 60s. So he knows the doctor. He knows the doctor from Montreal, and I know that from that helps do and all the Hells Angels and all the in those days. But he can tell stories that back up some of what I thought as kids. But anyway, he had that knowledge and came up for each one. And we've got 2 or 3 people that now, if we got them the material and all of that, we could just say, go at it. And probably in a day, they get it done. And we'll do better eventually, but we put it as they went.
competency is really important issue.
Yeah.
And what you can build.
Yeah.
And then maintain is really.
So, I mean, I can probably find more time, but there's other things that I've been here we checked off. It's like we call, clamming road salt from Argentina. Anyway, just some of the Chile. But those kind of things, there's more to it. Otherwise, I just never would. Our partners have been very good to us. I mean, we're real pleased with that. I'm hoping with the director of operations, it'll be school for him to the right people. That would then mean I can pick it up a lot later in a different point in my career where somebody younger will, and you've all been down there, you know how exciting that is. I'll pass
Good, good. Good to hear how, again, productive and how they are long-term and are. I think we attract cargo for it. You did a great job of it on that, along with Adam.
And I'm good to have Adam here to see September, October, so we can, we've all met him for, the, I'm really impressed with the way he's something, he's made, he's some things about the future, and that, me to get here for meeting. He's not really meeting some guy for, you know.
We could have an off-site meeting.
Yeah.
And we can go to him.
Okay.
And then it won't feel so.
No, that's right.
I don't know. Quite rather.
The railroad, what else the railroad?
What's going on with the railroad?
Get everything in place for study of what needs to be done with bridges and working with the engineers.
Yes. We're, right now, we are having to aside money that we spent, that we've been reimbursed for, so that we're in a deficit, and we're actually in a holding pattern for, and especially during COVID, that we didn't have the money to meet good with our engineers that we have now. Really, the project's almost ready to go for bid. But we haven't been engaged in a meeting. I know there's some of it that maybe it was done in the fall, but the issue we're getting into is we lost our permit for doing that work from 2 years ago. Maybe it has to be up in the spring next year. But we're working on that. Also, I do have an RFP out for the railroad. We kind of similar to what we did with it. That is due at the end of the month, right?
The 25th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. We will see with that. And part of that is to recommend some of those money, must help us, with other grant applications. And currently, we have one that we're working on, but we have committed to a federal one. And then the other ones, we need to, we're kind of keeping that and use that as part of the federal one. And, part of this, where, you remember we talked about the $5 million for the transition area, that's what we applied for. And to have some of that support from the state, with that, really help our chances there. Do a lot of things. That Greg mentioned, there's a bridge improvement program. The small bridges under 100 million. We will be submitting a grant application for roughly $2 million. And with that, we do have some federal money already appropriated for the bridge. That we can use that as part of the grant goal. We're working on that now, so we won't be setting with on that with GPI and the maintenance and business with all kinds of things. And the CFA will tell us that you all heard that you did put on through Kilogram in June. That was kind of stuff in the world too. So that's kind of what it's been doing.
Some of the old we didn't fill last time and our form. And the application. There's no reason why. This time around, we're hoping.
Well, the senators. So, yeah. So that was all for that too. Well, that was just the talked about, that being something with grants that, I don't know, we certainly have
was thinking of a project, I saw it's fit, that's on fit, I think. All right, building occupancy report and industrial commercial complex report.
So you'll see that the common part campus and the ratio remains the same for this month as last month. You can see in some of these resolutions coming up, just for jobs on the ground, filling some current vacancies, and really the remaining vacancies that we have, a portion, are well suited to play into some ancillary businesses to help support the core businesses for our common part. They would help support what the childcare facility will. And then the other spaces we can strategize on working at. So we pretty much have a good plan moving forward for those spaces. So we're going to have 100% occupancy for the park, and then we can switch focus to building out. That's really where a lot of the time spent spending acclimating to it. Things we're doing a couple of months, but we're at a good point now. They're right size for the longer term, and we have a lot of opportunities ahead for the big portion.
Seems like you've been making contact with individual firms in the industrial park. And I think
There are big bags. So, they'll sing our praises.
Any questions of Landon? No? Okay. Look at the,
I would like to make actually a shout out for original portion, but 2 months on space improvements and things like that. Really reliable and great to present.
They did a nice job. Any questions? Now we move on to any unfinished business. Or
No.
move on to business items. General administration, A1, discussion of remote attendance at meetings. As you know, we had a public hearing at 4 o'clock regarding remote meeting attendance. No one from the public had any comments to provide. I think we're all aware of what occurred because of COVID. Having remote attendance is certainly helpful, not only to the board, but to the public. And I think as we move forward, that's certainly overall good for the public that our meetings are broadcast remotely, and that anyone who would like to look in certainly can, and have the option of listening during the meeting if they let Anne Marie know, and we certainly will allow anyone to ask questions at the end of the meeting. Because I think the more public participation any board has, the better it is for the board and for the public. So, as we go through this, I think we can discuss this. We can either turn it over to the committee, have them bring a recommendation to the full board, and proceed from there. My understanding, Jennifer, this needs to be done relatively quickly.
Yes, it does. So expediency would be good. And I can send you some sample like policies that you could look at. They're pretty consistent across public authorities in New York based on what I've seen be enacted so far. I mean, the regulations are pretty clear. You have to be visible. People have to be able to identify who it is who's speaking, to be able to see you. just as though they were in the room with you, right? So the members of the public will have the same experience, but remotely as if they were in person. I realize that presents a little bit of an issue for some of the board members with being live on video all the time. And the other thing is, as long as you have quorum in the room together, in the meeting room, then there's no concern with remote members participating. But if you need a remote member to qualify for quorum, then that remote member's location has to be published and it has to be open to the public. Not that anybody is probably going to attend, but they could. So board members who attend remotely from time to time need to consider that on the days that they may need to attend remotely.
Okay. You can get that to us before the end of the week?
Oh, definitely. I'll send a couple of them over to you in the morning.
Okay, great. We'll get that to a board committee. I have to look at the possibilities of the committee. Get it to them, let them provide a recommendation on our next meeting. Okay? Appointment of the Director of Operations.
After a thorough review and evaluation of those applications selected for further consideration, interviews were conducted with candidates for the Director of Operations position. Based on the results of those interviews, it is recommended that James Chase be appointed to the position of Director of Operations at a starting salary of $70,000, prorated effective on or about September 6, 2022, with a 1-year probationary period and management confidential.
Thank you. And that recommendation is coming from the executive.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Very motion. Nate, is your second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? I did sit in on those interviews and I thought, I agreed with the others that Mr. Chase has a excellent background and someone who I think would fit in well in the organization. I'm happy to be one of those who recommend Chase. No further discussion, Anne Marie, call the roll, please.
Mr. Coffin.
Yes.
Mr. Manelli.
Yes.
Mr. Byrne.
Yes.
Ms. Whitten.
Yes.
Motion carries.
You? Then item C1.
Board is pleased to announce that we've negotiated a agreement with new tenant Frank Roush Incorporated for 2,000 square feet white manufacturing space in Building 11 on Pines Park campus for a 4-year period commencing November 1st, 2022, and terminating October 31st, 2026, at a rate of $7.10 per square foot, equaling $11,853.34 per month, or $142,000 per year. This rate is subject to 1% escalation each year during the term of the lease. Frank Roush Incorporated will also be responsible for rated share retail.
You mentioned this is a new tenant.
Manufacturer composite homes.
Any idea on number of employees?
Ideally, we give it 11.
Your motion.
Motion.
Made. Second. Any discussion? Anne Marie, call the roll.
Mr. Manelli.
Yes.
Mr. Byrne.
Yes.
Ms. Whitten. Mr. Coffin. Motion carries.
Thank you. And item
Anthony,
C.
what is the company?
Western Montreal, they have a presence in New York.
Very good.
And item C2.
They have had negotiated new supplement number for the Movement Incorporated. There's 20,000 square feet of commercial space in Building 11 on Commerce Park campus, for a 1 month period, September 15th, 2022, terminated October 14th, 2022, at a rate of $4.60 per square foot, equaling $7,700 per month period. We will just hold and be responsible for prorated share in the short extension period of 8 years.
Okay, the clarification. Is it supplement 3 or 4? Four. Okay, so the within the resolution is correct. Okay. There should say this being out there at the end of, cover.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to hit.
Yeah. So what's the point?
Yeah.
Okay, the resolution before you, the motion. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Every call the roll, please.
Mr. Byrne?
Yes.
Ms. Whitten? Mr. Coffin?
Yes.
Ms. Terminelli?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Then item C3.
Negotiate lease agreement with KDM 200 square feet office building 1 of the Conference Park. Terminating August 31st. Almost double.
The motion
Make that motion.
been made, second? Seconded. Any discussion? Then call the roll, please.
Ms. Whitten? Mr. Coffin?
Yes.
Ms. Terminelli?
Yes.
Mr. Byrne?
Yeah.
Motion carried.
Then item C4.
Yes, I've negotiated supplement number 1 with AM Derringer Incorporated, 4,860 square feet of warehouse space in building 3 of the Common Park campus for a 2-year period, commencing November 1st, 2022, and terminating October 31st, 2022, at a rate of $4.73 per square foot, equal to $1,915 per month, or $22,987 per year. $4.97 per square foot, including $2,012.85 per month, $44,140 on and $24,154.26. And they're incorporated to be responsible for prorated share details.
This is additional space for them.
It's current space they have.
What was the original? Yeah. Motion? Made? Seconded. Any discussion? And call the roll, please.
Mr. Coffin?
Yes.
Ms. Terminelli?
Yes.
Mr. Byrne?
Yes.
Ms. Whitten? Motion carried.
Thank you, Inspector. Not more expensive. Patty, you want to find it?
That's what we have.
Then item C5.
Yeah, they have negotiated number 1 with AM Derringer Incorporated for 4,920 square feet, 4,000 Common Park campus for 1 month period, terminating September 30th, 2022, at a rate of $3.61 per square foot, equaling 1,100 per month period. They will also be responsible for the further share utility. This is, they are vacating this 1 month period without ample time to use. It is not suited for their operation and their client structure. Much of the wrong space for that. And that's at the right size.
Making it work for them.
Motion? Move. Motion.
Discussion? Anybody call the roll, please?
Mr. Manelli?
Yes.
Mr. Byrne?
Yes.
Ms. Whitten? Mr. Coffin? Motion carries.
Agenda item D1.
Yes, that's because, transfer of source of money from United States to the National Airport with Mr. Frederick President, Mr. Keith Bernardes, Mr. James Williams, or Mr. James Hill, Mr. Miller, Mr. Dan Jefferson, and Mr. Frank Richardson, with a monthly rental for the, Henderson to the low for $215, and the terms of the agreement are as follows. You want me to read all of them, or just read it out? They do have, all things remain the same, with the exception of the dates. All the other terms are equal with each one of them. Resolved the executive director is hereby authorized to execute the transfer and storage agreement with Frederick A. Curley for Henry Space at the Oxford International Airport at the rate of $250 per month for the period of September 1st, 2022 to August 31st, 2023, and be it further resolved that the executive director is hereby authorized and directed to execute transfer and storage agreement with People Meredith for Henry Space at the Oxford International Airport at the rate of $250 per month for the period of September 1st, 2022 to August 31st, 2023, and be it further resolved that the executive director is hereby authorized and directed to execute transfer and storage agreement with Soaring Eagle Aviation, Mr. James Phillips, for Henry Space at the Oxford International Airport at the rate of $215 per month for the period October 1st, 2022 through September 30th, 2023, and be it further resolved that the executive director is hereby authorized and directed to execute a transfer and storage agreement with Black Hawk Research, Mr. Mark Miller, for hangar space at the Oxford International Airport at the rate of $215 per month for a period from September 1st, 2022 through August 21st, 2023, and be it further resolved that the executive director is hereby authorized and directed to execute the transfer and storage agreement with James Robertson for hangar space at the Oxford International Airport at the rate of $250 per month for the period of October 1st, 2022 through September 30th, 2023, and further resolved that the executive director is hereby authorized and directed to execute a transfer and storage agreement with Frank Richardson for 2 hangar spaces at the Oxford International Airport at the rate of $250 per month per hangar for the period of August 15th, 2022 through August 14th, 2023. Further resolved that Frederick President, People Meredith, James Phillips, Mark Miller, James Robertson, and Richardson to provide proof of the appropriation coverage in the Oxford British Organization. Okay, motion? Just as an FYI, I have a relative.
We need a majority vote. Would need a motion to table. Motion made, second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Are we tabling to the next board meeting, the September board meeting?
Is that an issue?
Their contact there, right? That's Hanger 3, 6, and 5. And all those, Hanger. Hanger 6 is which kind of. And I've done it.
There are all individual.
So could we make an amendment to the resolution to just remove the one that's the conflict and bring the rest of the resolution forward as is?
Good. There's a whole resolution itself.
And then we can take it off the table?
Yeah.
Then I'll make a motion to take it off the table.
Motion is made. Is there a second? Second. Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Now we wish to.
I would like to amend the resolution to amendments, if we could remove for the time being, it's, the paragraph that says further resolved with the executive director is hereby authorized, directors to enter into part agreement with people artists for inner space at the Aquaport International Airport at the rate of $215 per month for the period of September 1, 2022 to August 31st, 2022. And then we would also delete people artists have the last further resolve. Would be great, and if we could also add at the last further resolve, nope, the second to last one, and I think Stephanie made the amendment when she read it, it's for Frank Richardson, 2 hangar spaces, $215 per month per, to have in the resolution. Got all that, Emery? Okay.
Right, so the motion's been amended. No, the motion has been made to amend, with the changes in it, deleting the first further resolve that, mentions Mr. McCarty, and a change in wording in the last further resolve to include after the $115 per month for the period per hangar August 15th.
Per month, per hangar.
Okay. Is there a motion to accept the amended resolution? Made. Second. Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Now we have an amended resolution. We need a motion to accept the amended. Mr. May.
Second.
Seconded. For the amended resolution, and Ray call roll.
Mr. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Whitten?
Yes.
Mr. Coffin?
Yes.
Ms. Terminelli?
Yes.
Motion carried.
You? Good thinking. Good. We will have
Bring
to,
that other.
Yeah.
we'll have to deal with this. You good? I thought we were. All right, board volume is none. All right. No, where my paper? Throw it out there. Well, this just matters. Any comments from anyone online still?
No, there's no longer anyone online.
We order that. Any questions?
The only thing I wanted to ask, if I could do
please today. All right, next meeting date, we're tentatively scheduled for September 15th. Does that work for?
I can tell you that's probably not
Gonna work for you?
So I'm gonna struggle with the 4 o'clock time as well, probably unless I'm attending remotely. And then let's defer together for a time. 4 o'clock remotely. Will public place and have the meeting. Yeah.
Why the room is open to the public, why couldn't it? Jennifer?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question? There was background noise.
4 o'clock meeting times I won't be able to make in person, so if I were to attend remotely, but I'm still on school grounds, how does this up? Is that, we list that as an address, or is that a conflict?
No, not a conflict. No. And if we need you for quorum, then we'll just have to make your location published and available.
Okay,
But hopefully that won't be an issue.
okay.
We'll understand that. So she's not just part of the forum. We always know who's in it.
Any comments, anything at all from board members or staff? No? Good to get your report tomorrow. Okay. For motion to adjourn.
And second.
Made and second. All in favor, say aye. We stand adjourned. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.